really don't feel like using that much right now. Hang on. All right. Yeah, we are live now. If you guys heard a loud buzzing, it's a transformer that I really don't feel a whole lot like using right now. I really should have another one around here. Maybe I'll just use a Lionel. And the cord's a little short on this, I guess. So I don't know where my main American Flyer transformer went. Anyways, I don't know if we got anybody in here yet. It says there's somebody watching, but I don't know. Yeah, we've been doing some work on the S gauge from the train show today. This Franklin locomotive car sold separately from different people, but I got a great deal on these, $20 a piece and $60 for this. And I got a few other things that we'll show here in the stream. My brother is supposed to be joining me here soon. He's busy right now though. I apologize. You know, we'll get something running for the viewers, but I'm probably not going to be able to do much right now because I'm still setting some things up right now. Sorry, the stream was a little late too. And I know there's a bunch of stuff all over this table right now. I'd like to apologize for that, but we've got something running right now. Yeah! Hang on, guys. Oh, yeah, just my grandma was wondering if I was up here. I thought she needed me for something. Hey, Jason Hadfield, good to see you. I'm still getting some things set up right now, so for now, I got this one train running around on the inside track right now. Sorry this table's a bit messy. Been doing a lot of construction on it, getting ready to really start doing some modeling and stuff on here. But this is one of the new locomotive and the two passenger cars I just got at the train show today. My brother should be joining me here soon. S gauge, for anybody's wondering. I really don't know what happened to the transformer I used to use all the time. This one should work pretty good. Just the one I have set up right on it right now is just kind of buzzing loudly, so you know. I want to clean that, disassemble and clean that one before I use it much more. This one's really simple though. Let's say that. Simple and easy. There we go. Needs some oil and a commutator cleaning, but it does run. Shut this one off for now. Yeah, this is pretty noisy, so we might actually be doing some servicing in this live stream as well. But here comes the new one around. The Franklin, just bought today at the train show. Kind of see it smoking there, maybe. I'm gonna stop it up here and then probably start servicing it here in a bit. The transformer's kind of loud too, but not quite as bad as the other one. It's much newer anyways. But yeah, definitely needs some servicing, a little oil, a little grease, motor cleaning. But other than that, we've got a runner here. It's the only locomotive we bought today, you know. I just bought some S-gauge stuff and then the railroad artifacts, you know. Really kind of wish I would have bought some HO scale stuff as well, but there just really wasn't a whole lot, you know. But anyways, I'm going to set this on the workbench where I can do a little bit of work on it. Over here. And I don't know where my brother's at, but I guess we can try to set something else up over on this line. I gotta stop putting so much stuff right on the table. Well, I think we're gonna take these over to the shelf, I suppose, and we'll do some kind of little passenger train here. Got this New Haven electric locomotive by American Flyer, built in the 50s or something like that. We'll go ahead and get this on the middle track. I've recently serviced this thing a little bit, but, you know, it isn't perfect or anything. Yeah, I think this transformer is, I'm going to have to... Okay, let's get this going here again. For entertainment, because I'm going to have to switch this transformer out, too. Yeah, this one here needs some work because it's not, the trains aren't running very well with it. Yeah, so this one here's running working kind of rough too. I gotta rebuild this one. First time I ever used this though. That's something I could have bought today was another American Flyer transformer. I cannot seem to find the one I always used to use. It's around here somewhere. I mean, it's like possibly a pre-war American Flyer transformer as well, but it works so well. It's so quiet. You know, some professional had rebuilt the entire thing at some point, I believe. But I just have no clue where it's at. Move the tripod back. That's a little American Flyer Atlantic locomotive over there. We'll move some of these things out of the viewer's ways. You guys can kind of see a little bit better. Yeah, so far just running some American Flyer stuff. I'm looking for a transformer that works properly. This one here should be alright. I don't know. It's the newest one I've got, but it's pretty 50-50. It has some issues too. I've got quite a few of them too. It's just I've got quite a few American Flyer transformers. Some of them are in boxes and places where I'm sure where exactly they're at right now. And some of them need work. We got this fairly new Lionel transformer. It's AC, same amount of power. It should work fine. What? What? I don't know. I don't know. Now we may have had a derailment. I don't know. Alright, so we'll try a different one on there. That transformer hates all of these locomotives, though. It does not want to run right. There's constant issues, you know. But we'll figure it out here. The stream isn't doomed. It's close, though. Alright. See if maybe... Oh yeah, it doesn't complain about this one. Alright. Well, let's hook up some on a train with this. I love this Royal Blue locomotive. This thing is an absolute bullet. I mean, the shape, the speed, everything. Give you guys a close look. I got this one on eBay a while ago. Check that out. It's from the very late 40s, early 50s. And I have to use a conversion car for this. You guys want to know what that is? Knuckle couplers on one end, so I can hook it up to my knuckle coupler equipment, and then the old links on the other end. That way I can convert link to knuckle. Oh, hey, Boilermaker Rick, good to see you. Sorry, I haven't been paying attention in the chat that much. Yeah, anyways, let's go ahead and get this hooked up here. Wait a minute. This right here, I've had this for a while. This is not the new one from today, but we're gonna hook it up, and we're gonna get the new one from today and hook it up here. Hang on. Let me take a second. Yeah, this was the new one I got at the train show today, though. This right here. So we'll hook it up, see if we got lights. Got the little tabs here that make the doors open. Some of these on the other side here, these doors open up at like a station or something. They'll kind of slide open there. You see, they need some work to get probably working properly, but we'll hook it up with the Royal Blue here and see what happens. If we at least get a light, that'll be good. Oh, maybe not. No, it's working. Had a coupling issue there for a second. Alright, now we can back the Royal Blue up. Maybe not. Yeah, Alright, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to bring these around to the Royal Blue because it has some reverse unit issues. Doesn't look like we have a light in it, but that's alright. It's probably just because the bulb is burnt out and needs a new bulb. I'm going to have to order some on eBay. See what messages I may have missed here. Doesn't look like I missed too much, but yeah, there it is. The second passenger car, and there's the new one from today. Now let's get the beast going here. Oh, it's not plugged in. Hang on. There we go. You guys can hear it chugging there. It's got chugging sounds and a smoke unit in it. And that's not like fancy DCC sound in that either. That's just good old AC Gilbert technology under the hood on that unit. You got a smoke unit in there. It's basically a piston driven on a gear, and it's just a smoke, like a piston inside of a cylinder that makes the smoke come out of there. Maybe you guys can see it puffing out of there. Yeah, this is the old American Flyer S-Gauge layout so far. Got a little bit of a town started over there. I don't know if I did a video on that. I've started a town, you know. I am making slow progress on my projects over here. The N-scale layout over there is just a mess, though, right now. There's some new buildings, but very slow work. And these are my two big projects right now. Anyways, yeah. And the locomotive on the outside is a American Flyer K325 Hudson. Only built in the year 1952. American Flyer did those. And I just recently serviced it and increased the power and speed by a ton. You guys can kind of see it smoking there, I think. It's kind of hard to tell on the live stream. On a regular video, it'd be easy to tell. For some reason, the live stream cameras, on my phone at least, are just kind of like, kind of grainy, I guess you could say. Yeah, the one on the outside track was built in 1952 only. My grandfather bought that for me when I was 10 years old. It was the last Christmas gift I received from him before he passed away, unfortunately, in 2015. I still want to do a series of videos dedicated to him, but it's just been kind of hard to get around to that, you know, because it is emotional, because, you know, I still haven't completely gotten over his passing, even if it has been like 8 years. Oh, and we got a derailment. Hang on. Oh, well. Full track separate. Yeah, we're going to have to shut down the inside track for now, I think. I just kind of threw this together a couple days ago, this inside track, and it needs work. It needs a lot of work. So we're going to have to shut this down, but I will set up a little something that looks nice on here. Get some lighted passenger cars set up behind the station. These green ones here. Oh, and now this shuts off. Dang. Oh, that derailed. Oh my gosh, we're getting derailments left and right. Oh, now we have a collision because it's off the track. All right, well that just went downhill. Here, let me mute this. I think I'm about to be interrupted. Technical difficulties. We'll be back in a second. All right, so I'm back for now. The Royal Blue passenger train in the middle derailed, and now we're pretty much just down to the outside track until I figure out what's caused these derailments. But we've got plenty of other layouts, so let's move over to HO scale here. My first layout, very, 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 very unpractical, but we're going to be doing another HO scale layout soon, I think. My brother wants to build one, and I'll be helping him with that. We're going to do kind of a desert, Southern Pacific sort of layout, I think. Yeah, let's get this tripod collapsed down a bit. Hang on. And here we are in the least embarrassing part of the layout, I guess. I don't know. I apologize. It was my first layout. Built it a long, long time ago. These cars, the roads are just painted on. The car's just kind of sitting here, you know. But we can run some trains in this for sure. There's also going to be a model train repair stream as well, I think. This particular locomotive here was another eBay buy. Fairly recently purchased this. It shipped all the way from Alaska. And it is a very smooth runner, especially after I serviced it here. Great Northern Mikado of some kind. Brass. Well, I mean, it's got some brass parts. It's die cast and brass. Got a little freight train on it. Pulling a little freight train, I should say. There we go. That's nice. May take a little while to get it warmed up and all, you know. It's been serviced recently too, though. It's a Mantua, if anybody's wondering, the one on the outside. One on the inside's Atlas, I think. Yeah, should be an Atlas. It's an F unit of some kind on the inside. Burlington Northern F unit. See what I missed? I didn't miss anything much. Oh, thanks for the comment on the layout, Boilermaker Rick. But yeah, we'll let these guys run around a few more laps here, and then we'll start working on servicing this Franklin locomotive, the American Flyer one I got today. So if anybody's got any requests for certain types of locomotives they might want to see, feel free to type them in the chat. You got pretty much almost any kind of diesel locomotive you can think of, and a huge selection of steam locomotives as well. I'm putting on a little Santa Fe GP7 now on the inside. This is made by AHM, this particular model. And we'll let this stream go to about an hour long, I think. Maybe a little longer. But we'll just run some trains on the HO scale layout right now for about another, I don't know, 10 minutes or so before we start working on the servicing the Franklin locomotive over here. Well, that's interesting. This thing's acting like it doesn't want to run right now. I don't think that's ever really happened with this. Now it seems like it's alright. Yeah, I don't know. Alright, let's do the whole shot. There we go. I'm not going to be able to run it that slow, unfortunately. Yeah, all this stuff, pretty much everything up here is vintage in some way. Hey, Newark Tower, good to see you. How about a SD40-2? Sure, any kind. I've got pretty much any specific railroads, road names, I guess I should say. We'll go ahead and switch out the train on the outside track now, I suppose. Just speed it up a bit. And I'll go, I don't know, I'll at least just switch out the locomotive. I was thinking maybe switching out the cars too, but... You have 611? Actually, yes, I do have 611. We'll do that one here in a bit too. You know what? We'll run 611 on the outside. It's actually my brother's locomotive, but he's fine with me using it. And we'll do a SD40-2 on the inside here. But yeah, we do have a 611 now. We'll go ahead and give you guys a close-up here once I get this off the track and set it on the shelf. Get some kind of reliable SD40-2 here real quick, ready for the inside track. Let's see if he said any road names. Here, I got a this Conrail SD40-2 here, and we'll run that on the inside track here. We'll let this GP7 go around a little bit more. But, set this where people can see it, maybe? Yeah. CR, yeah. It's the only Conrail... Actually, I have two Conrail SD40-2s now, in HO scale. So one of them is not running that well. It's, in my projects box. Be careful with this one. This is just a Bachmann, so it's really not an older Bachmann, so it's not that great a quality, but and it is missing the rear trucks, but it runs pretty good for a Bachmann. It only costs like $40 too, and the detail is amazing on this. But yeah, there's our 611. It's my brother's locomotive. Like I said earlier, he's fine. He's fine with me running them. He should be joining me in the stream here after a while. He's just busy right now working on some projects of his own. Go ahead and get this all lined up right, and back it up past the camera, and get ready to couple up this frame. For an older Bachmann, it's smooth, it's sleek, it's quiet, and just pretty much because the light's not working, it's missing the rear trucks. Actually, the light might be working. No, it's not working. But still, yeah, just because the light's not working and the rear trucks are missing, it's only $40. The detail's amazing, and it's a smooth runner though, so I think it was worth it. The curves are maybe a little tight for it though. I'll say that. So we're doing 611 with a fairly steam era freight here. I've had this consist set up for a couple days now. These freight cars. So I would eventually want to try to switch them out. Maybe running a little bit quick at first here to get it kind of warmed up, if you know what I mean. Yeah, here comes 611 with the freight. Try to do a camera pan here. Sorry about the light glare over there. That's the light on my workbench. KNWA 381 runs north tomorrow. Really? I didn't think they'd be running on Easter. Neat. Yeah, if I didn't have things planned, I would try to run down there and catch them, but for now, I'm just gonna be hanging out tomorrow, maybe doing an Easter live stream or something. But here we go with the Conrail ST40-2 now. I serviced this thing quite a bit. Had it for a while too, and it runs smooth. It's another AHM. Turn the camera a bit. Maybe you guys can see. And the light works great in this too. Oh, we have a boxcar off. All right, so maybe. Oop. Hang on. Sign issues. All right. Oh yeah, that coupling's a little tight on this. Wow. Yeah, the inside tracks are just way too tight. I'm gonna have to run this one on the outside, maybe. I don't know. Maybe I can try to get some different freight cars on it. Some more fitting ones, anyway. But I'm kind of worrying it might keep derailing that boxcar. Yeah, it looks like it's going to keep derailing the boxcar. So, yeah. See if maybe I can just eliminate this boxcar, see what happens here. That seems better. The one boxcar short now, but oh, I think my brother's here. He just threw a rock at the window outside, so I'm going to have to go let him in. I'll be back. Hopefully this thing doesn't derail and cause an accident, but it looks like it's all right. We'll have to do some other freight cars behind it though, maybe a little bit more fitting with Conrail. Yep, it was my brother. He's here. Yep, we'll show the some of the stuff we got from the train show again here in a bit. They run on holidays except Christmas. All right, good to hear. Ohio Central ECL goes on duty at 5 a.m. at Blacknick. Wow, I didn't think they were working that early. Wow, I had no clue the ECL was running that early. I'll have to get up at like 4 in the morning one day and run out to Blacknick and catch them getting ready for the day. Yeah, we got your 611 running. Jason Hadfield wanted to see that, so I hope you don't mind. I forgot we had it. You forgot we had it? $40, not bad for a Bachmann 611. Yeah, any other requests that anybody's got, just feel free to put them in there. We'll probably do like 2 or 3 more requests, and then we'll start servicing some model trains here on the live stream. At least one of them to see if we can get it running smoother, quieter, and just better. Everything's real good there. The royal blue. Well, the one on the inside came off first, then the royal blue, and then since it was leaning over, the Hudson hit it, and they both stopped there, pushing against each other. Speaking of the KNWA, I want to show you guys my do something here. There's no couplings on this yet, so I can't run it with any cars, but I can assure you it runs. Paint job's not perfect, and I still have yet to put the decals on, but check that out right there. Paint job's pretty rough. I got to put the decals on, but that's going to be WAMX number 4221 before too long. And the paint is kind of a little too light anyways, so I might be stripping the paint and redoing this. But yeah, it didn't turn out that great, you guys can see. So yeah, I think I'm definitely going to redo this, but yeah, WAMX number 4221, my first attempt. But I think I'm definitely going to redo the paint job. It's the same locomotive you can see in my profile picture. Yeah, 4014, not yet, but we were thinking about buying one at the train show today. For how much was it? Like $200? Yeah, well, we didn't want to spend like over half of our money on one locomotive, but we want to get a Union Pacific locomotive someday. 4014 would be great. If you're patient, they head out to 84 Lumber in Pataskala after switching Taylor Station. Ooh, yeah, that's something else I might want to check out. Oh, my battery's on 15%, so if anybody, we'll do about 2 more requests. If anybody wants to see any other locomotives, shout them out. And then we'll go plug my phone in over here and start servicing American Flyer locomotive. I'll give some tips and stuff I know about working on model trains too. The O gauge table is still under construction, if anybody's wondering. I'll probably show that before the stream's over, what we've been trying to do on that. But I recently received some folding tables for free, and I do have a big green blanket, so I'm thinking in the middle of this room temporarily, we're going to set up a big temporary O and S gauge layout just to test, like, just so we can buy a bunch of like trackside accessories and test them out, you know, old Lionel and American Flyer stuff. and just to test them out, we'll do a temporary layout with all the old school 40s and 50s stuff, and probably even do some tin plate. Do you have your phone fixed? If you're referring to the phone that I got a cracked screen in one day when filming Ohio Central, no, not yet, but it still works fine. I'm thinking I'm just gonna get a new iPhone 8 and just kind of keep using my current one until I can't anymore, and then use the other iPhone 8 when that one eventually goes down. But I do have my Android. I always have as a backup, but you know the camera's not that great. Do you have any Providence and Worcester, Mass? No, I don't have any. I don't have any Providence and Worcester yet, but I've always wanted to get one of those. All right. Well, I guess we can. My phone battery's dying right now, so we'll go ahead and go over and start servicing some model train, and then we'll start running some more after that. Shouldn't take more than about 15 minutes, though. I know my way around these old American Flyer locomotives pretty well. We'll let 611. We'll actually let both of these do one more pass at least. We'll let the 611 do one more pass. See if we can get it moving a little bit slower, more realistically. So you guys can see more detail as well. Yeah. These are both very smooth locomotives, though, I'll say that. Some of the rolling stock is just a little squeaky, though. All right, well, let's move over to the workbench here, which is in fairly rough shape. Actually, before we do that, should we show off some of the stuff we got from the train show again? Let's do that real quick here. I'm gonna set this down here. All right, so some of the things we got from the train show, we'll go ahead and show them off here again, real quick. Conrail lantern. Can you see me all right? Yeah. You see this all right? Conrail lantern here. Just 20 bucks, not bad. This old metal railroad lantern from the steam era, 10 bucks, not bad at all. And we could probably get it working again. You know, I do a lot with these kerosene lanterns. I repaint them and restore these kind of things too. And another thing we got at the show. Oh, we have a question here. You plan on getting into DCC? Maybe someday. I'm mostly just like an AC and DC fan, but I've always wanted to experiment with some DCC. Probably N-Scale would be the first for that. Anyways, here we go. Here's another thing we got. Can you see it all right? A steam pressure gauge. Definitely off of a boiler. Not 100% sure if this was actually in a steam locomotive, but it was at the Railroad Artifacts show, and it is a legitimate steam regulating gauge. And I love that in my collection. I have some other railroad artifacts that I found on the where the former Columbus, Akron, and Cleveland line used to run nearby here. Tyler's going to bring some of that over. And then, of course, one of the other things we got, yeah, bring a couple of those over. The last red passenger car there was from the train show today. And we got 2 Franklin passenger cars. I guess you guys have probably already seen them, but just in case anybody else wants to see. 2 Franklin passenger cars, also S-gauge. And the Franklin locomotive will show in a bit when we go over here to do some work on it. Here's some of the things we found on the CA and where the CA and C line used to run. This is kind of like a lock sort of thing. We just found this like in the gravel where the Cleveland, Akron, and Columbus used to run. And on it, there it has on some raised letters, WRRS Co., which stands for Western Railroad Supply Company. Then there's an insulator here. The date on there says 1893, so that is golden age of steam right there. I've got to be very careful with this. It's in pristine condition almost. Besides a little dirt and just some little bit of broken off pieces down there. There's a much newer one here. This is probably more like from the 30s or something we found back there where the tracks used to run nearby here. And plenty of other things. You know, we've collected hundreds of old spikes and stuff back there, some of which were probably from the 1800s. You could barely tell they were spikes, you know, they're so rusty. But yeah, other than that, there's a few other things. But I've got boxes of old artifacts and stuff I found that need to be, you know, cleaned up and all. And we'll be doing more proper videos on those in the future. But anyways, we're getting over here to work on the Franklin right now. I'm going to need an AC transformer over here in a bit so I can test this thing. My workbench is a little messy. I'd like to apologize for that. Don't worry, it's not going to be this dark for long. Alright, hopefully you guys can see me alright. Well, you guys can see this alright. I'm not in the way. Oh yeah, that'll be good. Now, I usually like to work on this foam thing up here. Like have my locomotives on those on this when I'm working on it, just so they're not getting dinged up or anything. But I just got some basic little sheets of paper towels here. But it's good enough, you know, as long as it's not like as long as I'm being very gentle. Yeah, thanks for that, Tyler. And if you can find those yellow wires that fell somewhere, and just kind of get those hooked up. So we'll test this thing here in a bit. But yeah, just as long as it's not directly on the table, we'll be good. And we gotta just be careful with it, you know. I've had some people like freak out when I'm working on things like this about, you know, me not putting them on like really soft surfaces. But these are like, there's one up here. These are old die cast, and so even the ones that are plastic, this is extremely thick plastic. It's not going to get broken easily, you know, and I am as careful as I can be with them still, though, you know, because always better safe than sorry. But yeah, let's go ahead and just set this on its side, see what we're dealing with underneath here. Motor's a little dirty, so maybe we don't actually have to take it apart. Maybe I just have to separate the tender and the locomotive, and we can take a fiberglass pencil and clean up the commutator and a little toothpick or something and clean out the little spaces in between. I think that's what we'll go ahead and do. Let's see here. I need a flathead screwdriver, a fairly small one. Right here should do. Oh, you guys can kind of see what's going on. Move some of my little pieces of test track here. So we got a little screw down here. Maybe you guys can see a little screw down here we used to separate the locomotive and the tender. Hopefully the wires will come out easily. Well, all we really need to do is to move, disconnect this so we can move the drawbar out of the way and gain easy access to the motor. And I do want to make some kind of like, I guess you can call it a not really a harness, but this little thing, yeah, a little jig that has like really soft padded things. So I guess that locomotive's in upside down. Like, you know, I'm sure people have seen model train repair videos, have seen them before. But the little parts dish over there, that's good enough. You know, as long as I don't bump it or anything. And yeah, we got it separated like that. We can access the motor down there. So maybe you guys can see. I'll do a bit of a close up here if I can. Gotta be careful. That little copper looking thing in there, right in there, that's the commutator. We got to go ahead and clean that up a bit. We'll use that with a fiber. Yeah, you can see it there. We will use a fiberglass pencil for that. We'll adjust the camera so you guys can see here really, really close. Actually, I'll take care of it. We'll see if we can plug this thing into. You want to move it to the other side, actually? Yeah. Be careful. Adjust my light. There's the light right overhead. And can we turn the flash on this, or is the battery too low? I don't know. 9%. All right. 9% battery. Enable flash. Oh yeah, we got the flash. So maybe you guys can hopefully you guys can kind of see. Right in there is the commutator. And yeah, I'll pick this up carefully here. It's pretty dirty, so we're gonna go ahead and polish that up real quick. Here's a before. Here's a before what that looks like. You guys can see it's pretty dirty. And we'll do an after here in a bit. And we'll oil whatever needs to be oiled and grease whatever needs to be greased as well. But I want to get a fresh fiberglass pencil for this because that one there's a little bit rough right now.
How do you clean those fiberglass pencils?
You don't really clean them. I tried cutting the tip off of that one and it just kind of messed it up. So I'm just using that one for like wheels and sometimes like little tiny pieces of track.
You might just have to saw it off then.
I don't know. Yeah, I got one here. Brand new. You ever do these model train repairs? These fiberglass pencils are amazing. You know, they're real cheap on Amazon. I know I always used to use Q-tips and rubbing alcohol, but these are absolutely mind-blowing. This is what they look like. You can find them on Amazon. Just look up fiberglass pencils. And what we're going to do is just kind of just scrub the commutator a bit with these. You guys remember the before? I'll show you here with just this little bit of just brushing or scrubbing, whatever you want to call this, does to these commutators. All right, we'll go ahead and move this up now. So if you guys can remember what the before looked like, you might have to rewind, but so far there's the after. Not quite an even cleaning, but you could tell it's like extremely shiny. It's not scratching it or anything. It's just really, really polishing it up. And this thing will go incredibly fast compared to what it was doing earlier. Once this is done, and smooth, it'll run. You can run it much slower and smoother too. You know, much wider range of speed, more power. And it improves the life of the locomotive too. Just helps them last longer. What you can also do is hold this here and turn the motor over with my thumb. I don't know if you guys can kind of see what I'm doing there. Basically holding the pencil in there like that and turning the motor with my thumb, and that kind of cleans it up too, gets in the edge there. Yeah, we'll just kind of keep doing that. Sorry if my hands are getting in the way, but as long as you guys know what I'm doing here.
Hey, can you use those fiberglass pencils to clean the wheels?
Yeah, that's what I'm going to use the other one, the older one, for cleaning wheels and little pieces of track and switches and stuff.
The contact wheels on the tender.
Yeah, I'm going to use that for the wheels on the tender of this thing actually.
This has a smoke unit, right?
Yep, it has a smoke unit. It works all right too.
Oh,
Headlight's not working, unfortunately.
I haven't seen it run yet, so.
Yeah, I ran it on the stream briefly. I'm just turning the commutator with my thumb and scrubbing with the fiberglass pencil here. Getting all the oxidation, right? Yeah, oxidation off, I guess. There's another YouTuber I watch who kind of I don't know if he really pioneered the fiberglass pencil idea, but he sure is he's got it down to a science, you know, working on model trains. And honestly, shout out to him, you know, SMT Mainline. Feel free to look him up. He's a model train guru, really. Oh, we got some people chatting here. The last MBTA C2's commuter engines, 1071, 1072, left for the Erie, Pennsylvania for the rebuild, so they can be. I see. Oh, interesting. From 1991. Dang, that's pretty interesting. I might have to do some research on that myself. Anyways, it's looking a lot better. Yeah, if you guys can remember the before of the commutator, you know, feel free to go back and check that because I'm going to show it again here. Got just about the whole thing cleaned up, and then we'll get a little tiny Q-tip or something. Not a Q-tip, but a toothpick or something. I know I've got a couple of them around here. And clean out the little gaps in between the copper parts of the commutator here. There you guys go. Look how clean that is. I was just turning it. See those little gap right there? Now we got to get a toothpick and clean that out. But look how much cleaner that is. And the brushes, probably aren't perfect either. But that right there is going to make such a big difference. It'll be amazing. But we got to get a Q-tip and clean out the little gaps in between. Or not a Q-tip. I'm sorry, toothpick. Some people will use a screwdriver, but you don't want to risk scratching it because then it'll wear down your brushes and lead to all sorts of issues. But if I can find a Q-tip, I had another little piece of. Oh yeah, that one. Has it got that guy's number? Yeah. I might want to. If he still has a northern, I might just want to call that guy. Hey, you still got the northern?
Yeah.
Like, that thing would be amazing to get though. The big American Flyer, northern locomotive. They called it a Challenger though. AC Gilbert called it a Challenger. But, the 484 is technically classified as a northern. I just got a little price tag here. I'm gonna cut this with a piece of I'm gonna cut this down with a razor blade, and we'll make a little tool kind of to go in there. What you want to use is usually something much softer than the commutator. Not like a steel screwdriver, but like a little piece of like wood or plastic or something that you can get in the gaps with. And sorry I can't really do a close-up, but what we're going to do is take this little piece of price tag right here. It's like a cardboard sort of material, and go in between. You guys can see the little black line in the commutator there, in between that little gap, and clean out all the carbon buildup that's down in there. Because you got too much carbon buildup in there, it'll cause a short circuit and your locomotives won't run right. You guys can see after that one little cleaning right there, see if it comes into focus. On the end of that, you can see maybe there's already a bunch of gunk right there, just as black, kind of like dirty, just like a dirt substance that comes out of there from just years of being run. Let's see if we can clean that out. Yeah, there wasn't much in the second one there. We go to the third one, 3-pole motor, but my gosh, these are pretty good 3-pole motors in these. And we got that cleaned out, yeah. Maybe kind of wipe the end off, but you can see there's some dirty gunk on the very tip of that right there. So you guys can kind of see that. But yeah, that's what just came out of the motor. So anyways, we should be good here except for oil. So what we're going to do is oil this up a bit. Now, what I'm going to do here is a little bit controversial, but as long as you're very, very careful with this, I don't see a problem in it, but if you ask somebody else, you might get a different response. So what we're going to do here is, see if I can, okay, good, I can hold this together like this. What we're going to do here is put a little tiny, less than a drop of oil on the motor pivot here. Now, a lot of people don't like doing this because they're afraid that it'll get onto the commutator, make it dirty. But I've seen some people put oil right onto the commutator because they say it makes it wear down less. But I would never put oil right on the commutator, but I do just put like a tiny bit on the pivot so the motor spins over much more freely. And another thing we're going to do, I'm being careful here with this, I'm holding it. It's right on the axle. Put little bits of oil on each axle. Helps the wheels spin much more freely. I even like to take a little oil sometimes on the tender trucks on each wheel, and that helps those spin much better. Just like a drop on each, that's all you need. Help those spin better. We'll go ahead and clean them up here in a bit too. Remember, this goes this way. There's the reversing unit down in there. But yeah, we got a little bit of a. Oh, now I want to actually take this this bottom thing off. Oh, hang on. I have to go away. Awesome live stream, Nathan. You and Tyler have nice chatting with you both. Happy Easter tomorrow. Okay, happy Easter, Jason Hatfield. Thanks for stopping by. But anyways, we're gonna take off this little cover sort of thing. I don't know what. Yeah, I guess it would just be a cover. Yeah. Take this off so we put a little grease on the drive gear here, and it also kind of serves as a weight, I guess. The wheels drop out too. Never worked on an American Flyer locomotive quite like this. Yeah, we just want to put a little grease on the gear here. It's always wise usually to try to clean out any old grease, but really not a whole lot on this. And the guy I bought it from said you'll probably have to grease it and everything. And yeah, he was right.
The gear look nice and not chewed up.
Oh yeah, the gear's in good shape. He's serviced. I don't know if he serviced them or somebody else, but they did like some basic servicing on them. You could tell because they're very nice and clean, and nothing's really worn down. But they probably haven't been serviced in a little while though. So after sitting for a while, it's good to just do this. I just put a little grease on just like half of the gear there, and it all works its way around on its own. And it's sometimes good to just mix a little oil with that. I just do like 1 drop for metal gears, maybe a couple more for plastic. And we put a little bit of oil on the axles again here, just a little drop. And those wheels should turn over much more freely now, should be much more quiet. Let's put a little bit more grease on there, It's going to do 1 little glob right in there. And that'll work into the worm gear or the corkscrew, whatever you prefer. And as it spins around, it'll get nice and lubricated. And this thing should be a lot quieter and a lot smoother. And a much better speed range. Not only will it be able to go faster, but it'll also be able to go slower. Let's clean the grease off that screwdriver. And we just screw this back in. Not the most ideal way to work on these, though. I have to say that, though. I do want to get some kind of little harness chassis, I don't know, whatever you want to call it, to set these in. Got a screw right here. Yeah. It's my grandma, if you guys can hear down there. Alright. Just put this screw back in. I know you guys can't see what I'm doing too much, but I'll start doing more professional repair videos. We'll fix this. We'll get this running again here. Tyler, would you be willing to tackle the task of getting the royal blue off of the layout back there?
Yeah.
In the back of the table. Just be careful if you have to kind of climb up on the layout. Yeah, take a chair over. Try to see if you can reach it before you actually like climb onto the layout. Luckily, these tables we build are so strong. They can support just about anything. All right, well, we're back together. Let's see how. Actually, one more thing. I'm gonna take my other fiberglass pencil. We're gonna polish these wheels up just by holding the tip of it on the wheel here. You guys kind of see what I'm doing? Hold the tip of it on the wheel here, and just spin the wheel. You guys can't really see what I'm doing here. I promise I'm going to be doing better repair videos in the future, but this is just in the middle of a live stream, so, And we'll go another 30 minutes, why not? We'll run some, I don't know about that. We'll go another 15 minutes on this stream. We'll get this running again, get some other things running, and take more requests maybe. But we're almost done here. Just polish the wheels up a bit, get they're already really clean, but I'm just trying to do whatever I can to make this run better. Hey Tyler, is there more deviled eggs over there?
I don't know.
I was just wondering. I had to ask that before I forgot. All right. Yeah, so we're good now. Let's go ahead and we'll test it right here, I think, for now. So let's go ahead and set the locomotive up on something here, some containers of some sort, and we will no, we need something lower than that, just to get the wheels just off the ground a bit. Yeah, I have this little piece of copper tube here. Perfect. And now you can take a piece of straight track, or really any track. All right, let's see. Oh, yeah. There we go. Okay. Now we're just going to simply plug in this transformer here and reach it. Good, it's not screaming right now like it sometimes does. We'll stick the ends of the wires into the little open spots in the track. I know you guys can't see what I'm doing here, but I promise I'm going to be doing more professional repair videos on these someday. And you guys can see the stuff I do. This is really hard here. Try to get both wires in here and to stay in here. Really, really hard. Alright. Nope. Still not ready. Yeah, I'm gonna have to just hold yeah, hold that wire there. And you guys can see that's changes the direction. It's running on very, very little power on the transformer now. Touch it. Give it a little bit more. Hold it down. Yeah, just hold it on there. Keep trying. Yeah. Let's go. So you see it'll run really quick now. You get it to run pretty slow too. Yeah, the lubricants are still getting worked in, but it is much quieter than it was. And I think it's time we take it over to the tracks again. Alright, so you want to relocate the tripod and yeah, I really should have got that tripod today from that guy. Yeah, the thing was so heavy. That would have been so great for rail fanning. No more shaky camera.
Turn up right here.
Yeah, I could disassemble the locomotive, and there's plenty of other things inside I can grease and oil. Here, to actually take those off. And take the transformer over there. Do you want to go ahead and get that all hooked up? And here we are, just about ready to run the Franklin again. Let's run it without its passenger cars first, but I'll bring them over and get them ready.
real quick.
Still a little noisy, so there's probably more work we can do, but then again, maybe the grease is just getting worked in. But these were later American Flyer locomotives, which were known for being a little bit noisy like that. The ones from the late 50s and early 60s, you know, they were just a little bit noisier, and the plastic, I think, just doesn't muffle the noise as good either. But here it comes. Maybe you guys can kind of see it smoking there. We'll go ahead and raise the tripod up a bit more. Hopefully you guys, yeah, it's quieted down a bit. Quite a bit, yeah. Yeah, it's much quieter than earlier, I think. So the grease is definitely helping quite a bit. Yeah, here it comes. New Franklin bought at the train show today. American Flyer S gauge. Running a lot quieter after we just serviced it. Yeah, we'll go ahead and hook up the passenger cars for it now. Still a little noisy, but later American Flyers were all pretty noisy. But it's running smooth. It's running smoother and slower.
How many passenger cars did the set come with?
3.
3 of
The
them. We
original.
only got 2 of them.
The Overland Express or the Frontiersman, or the two different names for that. They also got the Washington. It's very rare.
Oh.
It's like that. Another one of those types of locomotives, painted completely different, and Civil War.
Oh.
Civil War military train.
Oh wow.
You know American Flyer did that?
No.
Yeah, it's really neat. I've seen them before. They're expensive, the whole sets. But you know me, I'm gonna have my hands on one someday.
Yeah.
One of the most valuable American Flyer locomotives I've got at the moment, though, is would have to be the K325 Hudson. Oh wow, we're on 5% somehow. Battery power. All right. Do you have an extension cord? Yeah, the K325 Hudson over here. This one right here, that was my grandpa got that for $180 around there. And one of the other most expensive ones I've got right here, which needs some work, needs quite a bit of work, probably a whole new front pilot, actually, is this 21004 here. Pennsylvania Railroad American Flyer 060 switcher. One of their rarest locomotives. I see these sell for up to $600 sometimes. I got this one for just $150 because it wasn't running. But I got it running pretty quick, and it still needs some work. But $150 for one of those is a fair deal in my opinion. Trust me. And some people say, oh, you're probably spending too much on these. But hey, this is a heck of an investment right here. You know, this stuff's worth some serious money, and it's only gaining money as the years. It's only gaining value as the years go by. All right, so do we have any extension cords? Aren't being used?
We have this brown one.
Yeah, if you want to unhook that, try to plug in my phone here, and then we'll just kind of just run some American Flyer trains till the end of the stream. What?
Did any end yet?
Any ends? No, not end scale yet. It's just the layout's kind of a mess right now. We got to work on it, but we'll have the end scale layout ready for live streams soon. All right, let's see. What's my percentage now? 5%. When I plug this in, it just shot up. It popped up there. So apparently there's a little power left in the cord. Yeah, I'm gonna have to move it a bit here, guys. See, this is why I need a new tripod. This one here. Oh, I wish I got that tripod. There was a guy selling one today, an older one. It's heavy, which is what I want because, you know, trains shake the ever-living heck out of lightweight tripods. Oh, this is a heck of a camera angle, though. It's gonna be hard to walk behind it, but look at that.
Yeah, you can go under the table.
Make that tight so it doesn't fall over. Bam. Basically, I'd probably have to film a lot of trains. Probably wouldn't shake too much. But still, that right there, that is shaking way too much. Okay. All tripod complaints aside, let's go ahead and fire this thing up here. So we can back the Hudson up a bit. Now we'll just let the Hudson run around. K325. We'll park it over there and let the Franklin go around by itself here for a bit. There we go with its 2 passenger cars. Those were bought separately today. I found those at from completely different vendors. Passenger cars are just $20 a piece, which is really good. 60 for the locomotive, so $100 for all that. That's a really good deal right there.
Same guy we got the that Franklin from had another one.
Oh, I know he had another one in the
How much
complete
was
set.
the set going for?
Like $350, I think. Yeah, they're worth about $350 a full set, like that. I do wish we would have like taken advantage of it a little bit, taken advantage of the whole train show a little bit more while we were there, but we were just short on time. At the end there, though, I should have given you $40 and been like, go get that either that locomotive or that gauge you wanted, and then I'll just deal with this. You know, we should have split up and then met. You know, but I wasn't really thinking about it. Yeah, it is a little noisy still. So there's some more we can do on it, but it's running a heck of a lot better. My first Franklin. I've always wanted to get one. And having 2 matching passenger cars with it's just that much better, you know? I won't be running anything on the inside track because we've been having issues, but let's go ahead and fire up the Hudson again here. Get that thing going. The K325 Hudson has a chugging sound. You'll hear it like. The Franklin's really supposed to as well, but I guess, but it's just that needs work once again. And this Hudson's also supposed to have a whistle on it, but that doesn't work, unfortunately. Yeah, it doesn't really sound like a whistle that much, though. It's like more of a buzzer. What? If you actually hooked it up, yeah, it would work. But it's just like stuck on. Which those things are actually notorious for. Those that get stuck on a lot. You know, I've seen quite a few others with the same issue. And the Northerns, too. The big Northerns get that issue a lot. But until I get a Northern, this will be my largest American Flyer locomotive. It's probably still slightly bigger than my other Hudson. What do you think?
Yeah.
I think that the size was just ever so slightly bigger on the K325s, too. Just slightly longer than everybody says. Well, from what some people I talked to said, I should say. But yeah, we're probably going to end the stream here in about another minute. So if anybody's got anything else to say, feel free to comment it now. Pretty good haul today. Not much else I can say. That rhymes. Still got to do a lot of work on this layout. I know it's a little messy right now, and I'd like to apologize for that, but we will finish. We will have this thing looking so much better by the end of the year, you know. In 2023, I want to get this thing close to being complete. Maybe not fully complete, but just close, you know. I want to at least have some road and some buildings down permanently. And a mountain.
You know what I was thinking?
At least I'm going to do like a hillside in the background there. What?
We can just do the sheets of grass that they roll
Yeah.
out and tag it. We can just do that.
I was thinking of that.
Because this is, I mean, we can just put it in a mountain and we can put...
Yeah, we'll probably have to take the track up anyways again, so we'll probably wind up doing that.
resurfacing all the trash.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we'll go ahead and end the stream here in just about 2 more laps for each, and then we'll end it. So if anybody's got anything else to say, go ahead and chat it now. And we'll actually take this off the tripod and get you guys some close-ups here real quick. I never could have imagined that Hudson pulling a train like that until I just recently rebuilt the motor. Pretty much all the original motor parts except new springs and brushes. It's basically all I did, and cleaned it again. And I had some professionals rebuild it, overhaul it completely. And they did a great job, but you know, after a few years, it's been a few years since that, so I figured I should service it again. Sure enough, got it running great. Speed it up a bit here. Well, I'd like to thank you for tuning into this live stream. Like and subscribe if you wish for whoever else is watching out there. Feel free to check out my other content because that does help a lot. And I have some videos, I'm sure. I have a little bit that pretty much everyone in the train related part of YouTube would be interested in, I think. I do rail fanning. I do model train repairs. I even do like lawn tractor repairs and stuff. And of course, model train unboxings and stuff. So feel free to like and subscribe if you wish. Feel free to check out my other content. We'll see you in the next video. Feel free to check out my brother's channel as well. I'll probably link it in the description later. I actually really want to add it to my list of channels, which now that we have a laptop, we'll have to go do that right now. So actually come back in about 30 minutes and check the channels section of my channel page that says channels. Go there and you'll see my brother's channel there. Anyways, we're going to end the stream now. Thanks for tuning in.